thank you so much for coming here to Talks at Google. I'm Shilpa Maniar, and I'm one of the leads for G-Tech Global Solutions, and I also lead the Indus Google network here in New York. We are honored to have with us a renowned designer who represents so much more to the community than just the intersection of South Asians and pride. He reflects the intersection of art and fashion, and he puts his heart and soul into every one of his designs. And so without further ado, welcome Mayyur Girotra. We are so honored to have you.
Thank you, Shilpa.
Thank you. So welcome to Talks at Google. We are so honored to have you here. So talking about the fashion industry, you are a renowned fashion designer. The fashion industry has over $2 trillion in revenue every year. There's about over 100 billion types of clothing products made each year. And you're one of the most renowned in an industry that makes a lot of clothing. So how do you differentiate your style, and how would you define your style to everyone out there?
So, as a designer, you always struggle and you always want to be unique and identified from far. You want to have a very strong language, and in due course of time, trial and errors, you make that happen. I think with me and our brand, there's a unique language to it. Whether it's the colors or it's the embroideries, the techniques or the prints, you can identify a Mayyur Girotra piece. The same way, there's a lot of designers who you feel that, oh, they're so accomplished. And I think that's one of the main reasons. You're authentic, you are unique, and you can be identified in a huge crowd.
So knowing that those are your values that you want to integrate in your textiles, what does that creative process look like for you when you go from design to actual production? How do you incorporate those values through the process?
So, you know, it's an ongoing 24/7 process with the designer. It's not just limited to this collection and, okay, now I'm going to start next in a few months and I'm going to take it easy. You're traveling, you will just absorb the colors or the architecture, or you just passing by the street and you see someone wearing a beautiful color and you'll be like, oh my God, I want to add this to my collection. For me, I go to the extent where I'm eating something and I'm going to be like, oh my God, this salad looks beautiful. Look at the color combination. I'll take a picture. So it's a process where I'm like 24/7 combining colors. And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to definitely be using this in my next collection. I'm going to be doing this. So even when I visit different cities and travel around the world, I'm archiving everything. I'm writing it all down. I'm noting, you know, stuff, even structures, and whatever I see on the streets, even with New York, plays a very important role in my collections. The other day when I was passing by Hudson Yards, and I was like, I am loving the yellow taxi color. And I literally took a picture and I posted. I had a story also. Yellow is the color. My next color is going to be yellow.
We don't have many colors in New York, so yellow is one of the few. It's usually just black or white. So I'm glad you found the color in the city.
I found the color, and I was like, I need to work this out. I need to work with yellow more. So yes.
That's wonderful.
It's a process. You keep evolving. You keep creating. Even at midnight, I'll just wake up with an idea and I'll be like, oh my God, I have to write it down. So I carry my notebook everywhere. I'm carrying it today as well. I just keep writing it. I'm like.
And so what motivates you every day when you wake up? Because there's, you know, obviously there's so many colors, there's so many textiles, there's so many fabrics. What is your motivation?
A text from a client is the best motivation.
Okay, we can all take your number.
You know, yes, I will. These days they DM me on Instagram. So there's like literally no need of phone numbers anymore. And I looked stunning. I stole the show. Thank you so much for doing this for me. Oh my God, I want to come back. My sister's going to get the outfit done from you. And this goes on, and this is where you feel, oh my God, that's the peak of happiness, I would say. Success has no definition. But when you get these kind of compliments, and when the fittings, and they'll be like, oh my God, my fitting was flawless. I just loved the whole process of working with you and your team. I think that is success, because the experience you're giving to your client is real success.
And so, by having that as a motivator, is there someone in your life or today that you're waiting to dress or to work with or collab with that you feel might be the highest of highest?
I mean, I feel I have to dress up Rekha. I cannot. We all would relate here, isn't it? Like, she is the president of queer community, isn't it?
Yes.
Like, and I felt the same when I dressed Devi. For me, dressing her up was like, okay.
I love that.
This is the day I was living for.
I love that.
Being in that room with her present there and looking at her in your garment and sorting the whole look was like, this is the day. Yeah. And then I felt that, and now whenever I see Rekha or I'm watching her movie, I'll be like, when am I going to dress her up?
We have to
I really need to make that happen.
Who has been your style inspiration? So who's the designer or someone that you look up to that you think has really anchored your career?
Yeah, it's my mother.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I get it from my mother. I think the way, I mean, I used to be like in awe of her. I still am. The way she used to dress up, carry her saris, coordinate her pieces. It's all, I mean, my brand is because of my mother. I think I completely dedicate it to her, and the taste I've got, the way I would combine things and do, it's all my mother.
So what's been the most challenging thing in your career so far?
So I come from a typical Punjabi family. And when I told my parents long back that I really want to be a designer, and my dad was like, are you crazy? Darzi banna hai? Kapde banane hain logon ki ye nahi hai. Either join us or you see what you want to do. And then I'm like, okay, I want to do hotel management. And in my head, I was like, I'm not going to tell him, but I want to be a steward. I want to fly. And then I told my mom one day that I'm going to do hotel management and I'm going to do my master's in German language, and then I'm going to become a steward. And then somehow, I'm keeping it short, I landed up becoming an investment banker.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Okay.
I was an investment banker for a good 9 years, and
wow.
Yes, I worked with ICICI in Dubai with the wealth management, and then I worked with RAC Bank.
Wow.
And then one fine day when I made enough money, I was like, now I don't need permissions. I am going to start my label, and I resigned. And no one knew I resigned, only my sister knew about it. And I'm like, listen, hey, I'm resigning and I'm going to launch my label. She's like, are you mad? Are you going to ruin your life? And then I went to my boss and I'm like, I'm going to start my label and I'm resigning. He's like, you are mad. You're going to be in Forbes under 13 next 2 years. You're doing so well. I'm like, I don't want Forbes, I want Vogue. And I started my label from my bedroom. And I literally packed everything. I got 2 tailors, and I somehow managed to make 15, 16 garments, and I went to do a trunk show. This is back in 2010. And that's how the journey started. My mother and my father, they were so upset with me. My dad didn't talk to me for like good 6 months. Then one fine day, he's like, oh my God, he's doing well. I think there's money coming in this. And things changed, and today it is a family business. My sister, my mother, everyone is involved, and we are here.
That's so beautiful. Well, I love how that was just such a beautiful success story, starting in investment banking, going to fashion.
Yeah, and there was a lot of ups and downs. I mean, it was a struggle. But I think when you wake up every morning and you know, today I'm going to fight it again, I don't care. I will. It happens.
Do you think finding that purpose, right? Because I think you always had a passion for design and fashion, and obviously I think a lot of the South Asians probably can relate to this, which is you're put into this bucket of engineer, medicine, lawyer. There's certain pockets that our generation of parents understand, right? They don't understand the paths of creative things like fashion. So how did you find that purpose? How did you realize, like, this is what I want to fight for in my life?
I was a queen in the closet. Like, come on. I mean, for me, I used to be like, Mom, don't wear that sari. I used to dress up my sister, always styling them. And it was in me. If not a designer, nothing else. I know how I survived those banking years. Thankfully, I was successful because I could charm people and get them money. I still do that. But yeah, I mean, it is, there's a way out to everything. And yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to have you, the queen, in my life now,
yes.
to help me with all my fashion choices. And so talking about, you know, parents and how you've created this family business, one of the things that I wanted to touch upon, and feel free to share as you feel comfortable, is, you know, being South Asian, being part of the Pride community, you know, what was the process like for you, not only choosing a path that's unconventional like a fashion designer, but then also telling your mom and dad, like, I might not be that heterosexual, you know, you might not be that person they want you to be. How did you have that conversation?
So, I've had a very tough childhood. I mean, the family I came from, we had a very modern facade, but deep within, we were not very modern. Like, I used to always feel that, how would I even come out? Like, I had girlfriends. Like, literally, I used to fake it all up. Yeah, I'm going with my girlfriend. And I literally had a fake girlfriend. Like, she was my friend. I used to tell her, please, can we just portray that you are my girlfriend? At least in front of my parents. My dad somehow knew it. Like, but he was very quiet and silent about it. But, you know, it's not only about your father and your mother and your sister. It's a lot of it to do with your aunts and your uncles and your cousins and the brother-in-law and the family pressure and the way you have been brought up in that society where you're like, all they talk about is, oh, when he'll grow up, this is how he's going to get married. You know, let's make this for his wife and keep and all. And I used to be like, I'm wearing it, not my wife. And then one fine day I was like, you know, I told my sister, I was like, you know what, I really need to talk to mom. I have to come out to her now. She's like, and I was like, you are going to do that for me. She's like, no, I'm not doing it. I was like, you have to do that for me. Let's do this and let's get done with this. So when she spoke to my mother and she's like, oh, I want to tell you something. And then it's about Mayur. Yeah. And then she's like, okay, fine, tell me. And then he's like, so Mayur is gay. And she's like, no, he's bisexual. I knew there's something, but no. He's going to get married to a girl. He had girlfriends. He'll manage it.
He'll manage it.
She's like,
that's tough.
No,
that's tough.
He's not going to manage it. He is not going to get married to a girl and ruin her life. He is gay. And mom is like, oh, sabko pata hai?
Yeah.
Everyone in the family knows, all our friends, all his mom. She's like, mom, everybody knows. You need to know. He doesn't care about the world. You need to know. Dad knows silently, but you need to know. She's like, but she was very supportive.
Good.
I came home, she hugged me, and she's like, it's okay, no matter what. I'm proud of you. I love you. I'm going to be there for you.
I think that's strong and empowering that you were standing for what you believed in. You got the people that matter to you the most to understand who you are.
Right.
So these tough conversations continue to happen, right? What advice or guidance do you have for folks that might be in a similar situation to help them kind of be their true selves?
You know, it's so sad when I see these lavender weddings happening all around, especially in India. It's so sad. I mean, I have friends who are married. Mm-hmm. I know how difficult it is, what they are going through. Life is hell. And today, so many of them must be listening to me, and I really want to tell them that take a stand. Be soft with your family, but take a stand for yourself. It is your life. It is your choice. You have to live it your way. End of the day, you have to be happy. And you have to do justice to your life and your partner and your family as well. You cannot be in a situation.
Yep.
Marriage is not a situation. It's not been a path full of roses. it's been really tough for me as well. Even when you're working in an industry like this, it's not that everything just comes to you or it happens. No, there's a struggle to everything. But it comes down to, are you happy? Is this what you want? And that's going to happen only when you do what you're willing to do in life. Whether it's your profession, whether it's your love life. If you're not in sync with it, you're not going to make it.
Yeah, so beautifully put. And, I think that these tough, we make our own obstacles in our life almost, and it's like choices in terms of gender identity or, who you want to be married to, how much headspace they take up. We need to continue to have these conversations so that it's no longer tough and it's something that we can just be and have all the aunties and uncles just kind of back off, right? So I think it's one story at a time to kind of inform the broader community, the South Asian community, the extended community to accept all forms.
Yeah. Even before doing the show, this whole concept, I had to tell my mother. I was like, Mom, you know what I'm doing right. I'm going to go all out in next 5 days. And you have to be very prepared. It's going to be everywhere. I'm going to be talking about it now. And I had to talk to her. I was like, Mom, we are going to do this together. And she was very supportive. I've seen the change in her. I've seen the change around us now, like especially in big cities. Things are getting better.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we have more than black and white. We have that yellow.
Exactly.
In the big cities.
Definitely.
But, I think talking about the next few days coming up, I think some of you know we've been doing this amazing collaboration kind of partnership with you in terms of the Indus Google Network, Pride at Google, to support the latest collection that you have releasing on June 2nd. Can you talk to us about this collection, the Indo-Western collection? What made you want to kind of do this Indo-Western style? Because traditionally you do a lot of bridal clothing. So can you talk about that and talk about what it means to you?
So we've been going back and forth with our collection, and we were like, let's come up. Everyone used to be like, okay, why don't you do such fun colors? Why don't you make some Western wear? Why don't we get some Indo-Western jackets? And we used to get this response from everyone. Why don't you make me a jacket out of it? Let's do something Indo-Western. And I was like, I'm going to do it gender fluid. Make for all. It should be something that a trench coat, but the trench coat can be worn by everyone, all of us. It has to be non-binary. The collection has to be gender fluid. Let's make it beautiful, eclectic, boho. Let it have the language of the brand, but have it gender fluid. So we really worked on this, and we were like, I hope you all are going to love the collection. We tried to achieve what we were targeting at.
Yeah, as a little teaser, I saw some of them, and they're all very, very cool. I think it's the best thing I think no one has a lot of closet space in a lot of cities, right? So it's great when you can share clothes with anyone who lives there.
Absolutely.
And still feel your best self.
And you can tone them up, tone them down, wear it with jewelry, and you can literally go for a wedding, tone it down, and you can be wearing it at a club.
Yeah.
So yes, we tried to.
Versatile, living. I love that. And so you picked Ave as the landmark location to debut this collection.
Yes.
Why Ave? Why Soho?
So Ave for me is where it all started. I've been coming to New York and doing shows, and then one day, a few years back, I got a call from Meera, who is also not just my business partner or promotes my brand, but my family. I learned so much from her. I have so much respect for her, the way she conducts the business, her relationships, and how futuristic is her approach. So she just called me one day and she's like, Mayur, this is my plan, and I think we should do something in New York, and I am planning to have a nice space, and I'm going to scout some good spaces, and are you in? I said, I'm all in. I'm like, let's do this. And we killed it, and today it's a landmark store in New York with the best of designers from all across India. And I think we are the best team, and soon we'll be expanding together. And what a
Love to hear
beautiful
that.
platform. And more than that, I feel that Meera, she's right here today.
She's in the audience.
She is my family, and we are enjoying working together. And she opened this whole space for me to do this show. And she's really going all out. Whatever I say, I want to do this. She's like, go ahead, it's your store. Do whatever you feel like.
That's a nice, empowering statement,
Yes.
Miran. So the collection, Indo-Western, unity, it stands for so much, but it's different from bridal couture. And that's what everyone knows you for, these garments that they wear to their weddings and their sangeets. And so, you know, what made that shift for you where you're like, I'm just going to switch it up and do something more gender fluid?
Yes, I mean, we are going to launch one gender fluid collection every year now.
Okay.
It's going to be a part of the label. But my sangeet goes on. My wedding outfits are always going to be there. That's
Wonderful.
what I love.
That's what we wanted to hear, because
Oh, of course.
we're all manifesting that big wedding.
100%. Yes.
Yeah.
So we are not running away from the Indian couture that we do. But definitely one collection every year is going to be launched. That will be a luxury print.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
And so, you know, being able to, you know, we're excited to have you in New York. We're excited for you to debut it here in the city that we're currently physically in. For those watching on the live stream, hopefully you'll be there in their cities and countries soon. But building this global business, what guidance or tips do you have in terms of how you built a global brand? And what were some, I guess if you can give us 2 or 3 tips, what would they be?
Go very slow and at your own pace in life. Don't be a part of that race. Just you're running your own race. That's what I have believed, and I have worked consistently. Let it be day by day. Just let the day pass, and end of the day when you are sleeping, you're going to bed, you have to be like, okay, I'm there. So jumping is not the conclusion. It's going step by step, day by day, gradually, slowly. Write your desires, motives. It works magic. Like for me, writing is the main help. I was dyslexic as a kid. So I started writing and reading very late in life.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I was severely dyslexic.
Oh, wow.
And I write everything. And then when I go back and see my old notebooks, and I'm like, oh my God, I have achieved this. And then I just keep taking them. And you feel so good about it. Just be true to your work, be authentic. And the base has to be love. There has to be love in your work, when you meet people, anywhere you go. It all starts from there. Once we are healed, we can heal everything around us, and it will be shown in our work.
Yeah. You know, there's so many conversations happening, whether it's the fashion industry or it's a conversation about who we are as individuals, but all of it centers around love, and it's great that you always anchor back to that. It seems simple, but it's so complex, but anchor back to that feeling or emotion.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to work on it every morning.
Yeah, it's tough.
It is tough. And we have to fight it as well, but with love.
Yeah.
That's what we are doing today, you and me. This is something very special and very, very beautifully put together. And I'm so thankful to you and to Google to coming on board and bringing it all out for the South Asian community. It really, really means a lot to me. I've told this to you several times on
Wonderful,
the phone.
Thank you. We're getting it on the record because
Yes, we need
it
to
wasn't
get this.
enough on DM. So I'm
Yes.
glad. I'm glad the world knows.
The world knows.
We know. One day,
Yes.
we'll both dance. I'll dance with Rekha. You'll dress Rekha.
Exactly, and
then
maybe it's going to happen here in
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah, let's do
We
it.
should have one.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we should do it here.
Yeah, let's try to make it happen, right?
Absolutely.
We're putting it out there. And so I did want to open the floor for questions. So if you do have any questions for Mayyur Ji, please, there's 2 mics. Feel free to stand up and ask a question if you do. And while you're thinking about it, I wanted to ask you, so we're here at Google. Have you Googled yourself ever? Because I Googled you.
Yes, I did. Recently, because I think they were making Wikipedia for me.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, We need to track your details. I was like, oh, hold on, what all is going to be there? That's when, like recently, like a month back, I was like, not bad. There's quite a lot of stuff to be Wikipedia.
It's funny because, you know, I Googled you as well, and it was your Twitter page came up, and I said, oh,
Which
wow.
I don't use anymore.
I know, I was going to talk to you about it because we need to get you off. No, I'm joking. We support Twitter, we support TikTok, we support it all. But you should be using YouTube Shorts.
Yes. You guys have to, I'm not at all tech savvy. Instagram is something I'm like, okay, cool, I can do that. Yeah. That's all. Otherwise, I'm really, Twitter, I was like, and it got very uncomfortable back in, you know.
Well, we'll get you on YouTube Shorts.
We have to get,
soon enough. And so we have a few questions lined up, so we can start from the right.
Hi, I'm Nurali. Thanks so much for joining us. So it sounds like you made a huge career transition from banking into fashion. And as a lot of us know, the couture designer fashion space, especially for South Asian and Indian attire, is really crowded. So I'm curious to hear, one, making that career transition, how did you learn? What resources did you use to build up your skills? And what do you think were the biggest factors that helped you break in and make your mark? I know you mentioned individuality, but what else stood out to you?
So I was under training with my Master G for a good 5 to 6 months. So when I started, I literally used to be with my tailors and my masters, and because I didn't go for professional training or to any college. And they used to be like literally hands-on teaching me how to cut patterns and how to join the fabrics and how every little technique. So I literally learned it on the job. For me, first 6 months were training, cutting patterns myself and like stitching. And literally there was a day that I literally stitched a garment. I got stuck and my Master G was not there and no one was there and I had to deliver a piece and I was like, I'm going to do it today. And literally I was with Master G on phone and I made that garment. This is literally like 7, 8 years back. And I was dying when she was going to come for fittings. I was like, what's going to happen?
Oh my God. I would have been with Scotch tape, just like taping things.
Yeah, it all worked out well. But coming back to your question, it's a lot to do with how honest you are with the design you're making. You know, that's what really brings you real glory. It's like, okay, fine, that's my design, start to end. And you do feel, when I started, I did feel that, oh my God, so many designers and I'm going to be one more. But then good work will always reach the right audience. Definitely, there is, and 1.4 billion, we have enough of population to cater to. We can still have many more designers come in and conquer.
I love that. That's inspiration for my sewing class tonight. So
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Love it.
Thank you. Another question from the audience?
Yeah, sure. Hi, my name is Kunal. Really awesome that you're here. Yeah, I had a quick question. It was, where can we see you next? Have any events or showcases coming up, or it would be really fun to see you?
He read my question and got, you know, that was going to be my wrap, but let's jump ahead.
I am going to, you want to know my next?
Yeah, where can we see you next? And yeah.
There's something very interesting coming up. I really cannot talk about it right now.
Okay.
I have to get it on email, but it's something very, very beautiful. And in next 2 to 3 weeks, it's going to be out. I'm again collaborating with someone on a very big project, and I'm very excited about it. And you'll soon
Is it
watch that space.
Design, or is it?
I'm designing for a brand. And
Wonderful. Okay. I think that's all we're going to get. Yeah. Okay.
For now.
We'll take it. We'll stay tuned. Set your Google alert for Mayyur Girotra.
Awesome.
And so another question from the audience. Wow. Wonderful.
Yeah. Hi. I guess as a content creator, and I think so many of us are, do you feel pressure to be informed by trends in the fashion industry, or do you think creating something timeless and original is combative to that? And I guess what's your process?
Yeah, I never followed what was happening. I wanted to do my own thing. I literally, like even now, if I want to make orange, it'll be orange. If I want to combine white and black and red together, I will do that. So, but my only thing is that I prefer making pieces which are timeless. you can pass it on.
Yeah.
And even when you open your closet and after 10, 12 years, you're like, I'm not throwing this away, I'm going to wear it. Reuse, recycle, and sustainability in couture is very important. And we all have to go by it.
Cool. Thank you so much.
And so to follow up to that actually, so when there's a trend or something that you took a risk on, say you mixed a color palette that someone had said, oh, you shouldn't have done that, or you broke a technique that was probably something that was traditional, how has that been for you? Like, how did you deal with the commentary, or how did you kind of go forward?
See, all 100 cannot be happy with you. There'll be that 20, 25, which is going to be like not in sync with you or in line with you. And you have to take it with a pinch of salt.
So no boundaries, no rules,
Not
just you and your paper.
Just me and my paper.
Lovely.
That's an artist. That's how you love your craft. When you have full freedom. It comes down to freedom for everything, right? Even at work.
Yeah, no rules at work.
No rules.
Yeah,
at work in art.
let's make that happen.
I'm not sure if I can do that here with you.
Unfortunately, we live by our calendars, but those are the boundaries we have. Gaurav?
Hi, I'm Gaurav. It's a little short for me. It's better. It's so nice to finally see you and meet you. I can totally relate to the whole queen in the closet comment. And with Pride Week being next week, I think everything you said is super inspiring to start that off. And I think it's really incredible that you're taking this stand. So my question is, with so many obviously queer people in the South Asian media, music, entertainment, fashion, food that just don't say anything about not only the situation currently happening in India with the queer community, but about their identities at all, and are living this kind of closeted life. I was curious to get your perspective on that, and it's pretty widespread. And also, why now for you?
It's about time. So I had to. And I want to give it back to my community. If I will not express now, I want to give strength to the kids out there who are struggling. I want to give them that strength that we all are together in this, and we can fight it, and we can make our siblings and our parents understand and educate them. And that's why we take these steps. That's why we have Pride. We don't need Pride. You don't celebrate 1 month of Pride and no, we need it right now because this is the need of the hour. We need to educate more people. We need to show them it's fine if I wear a lipstick and move out of my house because I want to wear the lipstick. So we have to get into that mode where we have to have people around us being non-judgmental. End of the day, it is your perspective, your life, and you have to live it. And there can be no paper, there can be no law made for that, because as soon as you are out of your mom's womb, you are free to do what you feel like doing. You are independent to eat what you eat. You brush your teeth every morning, you shower, you eat whatever you want to eat for lunch and breakfast. That's exactly how you love. You love whoever you want to love. There cannot be a rule or a regulation or a concept of loving opposite sex. And we have to address it for certain segment of the society to understand.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And thank you. That was a great, a thoughtful question. And
Yes.
I think you made a great point where it's not a month, and we should be celebrating it all year round.
All year round, yes.
And I think it goes for Pride. It goes for all of the other heritage months that we say this is dedicated for this conversation. Like, we should be having this ongoing conversation.
Yes.
And I think we need to also influence the certain marriage acts and government acts and things like that. So I guess what is your opinion about what's going on in like more of the regulatory world?
I'm going to get married.
Yeah.
To whoever I want to
I
get
love
married
that.
to.
Yes.
I don't need a paper. I don't need permission. It's my house, my bedroom, and my life.
Yeah.
How can a foreign body sign a paper for me or decide for me who I should be marrying and what is right and what is wrong? This
Yeah.
is completely bizarre.
Yeah.
I don't even give that the power and the energy. I don't even want to read about it. I'm like, this is bullshit. This is not happening.
We'll have to cut that word out.
Yeah, we have to. I got in the flow.
Yeah.
And aggressive.
No, but well stated. Next question, please.
Hi, my name is Sharyu, and I'm an actor, so my medium is slightly different, but I really loved what you said about connecting with clients and audiences, and that's what gives you, inspiration or, to keep going and whatnot. But going back a little bit to what you were saying about criticism and how you deal with that, my question to you would be, how do you decipher when criticism is constructive, or how do you decide what to let in and what to let out or just pass by?
Definitely. I mean, if there's someone who's not happy with something that I've created in my design sensibility, and I get that from a couple of clients that, oh, I'm not too happy with this color, can we change it? I take it as a feedback that, oh my God, this is not for this audience. They are not liking it. I need to change it, and maybe next time I would try and tweak the design, and I will do that. Because without criticism, we cannot reach where we have to reach. You can't just hear the good stuff about yourself all the time. That means people are faking it. My mother is my biggest critique. I am not kidding you. She'll be like, what rubbish.
Yeah.
She's going to be completely on my face. I am not liking this. Can you change this? And I'm like, okay, fine. And then if some client also says that, she's like, Dekha? I said. So, of course, I mean, I take it. I mean, it's been so many years. Initially, I used to feel so bad about it.
Okay.
But then again, you have to teach yourself that I'm not going to get into this, and I'm not going to get into this sad, depressed being, and oh my God, not liking my stuff, or how am I going to sell it, and what should I make, or should I start making something else?
Yeah.
No. You have to stick to what your gut says, but yeah, a little bit tweaking here and there to make the audience happy.
Thank you.
Yeah. And before we take one more question, just talking about that. So you get constructive criticism, you get criticism that you want to disregard, and you get some that you maybe tweak. So when you build something, so from design to execution, how long does that take you for one piece, for a bridal piece?
So it's a process. I mean, to launch a collection, it's at least 5 to 6 months. Basically, you can't just make one piece. You have to have that whole constructed 30 to 35 garments that you're going to launch in your next collection. So it's a story that you build up. You literally get hold of one language, and you are like, okay, I'm going to be working. Now, my next collection I'm working on, I was in Cappadocia, and I literally was archiving and taking pictures, and I got so inspired that my entire next collection is a lot of Turkey, Istanbul,
Wonderful.
Cappadocia. So you see the collection and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
You're making me think of parachutes. That's what I'm thinking about.
The colors come, a lot of colors from the parachutes for
beautiful.
sure. But then, yes, there's a lot more.
And so when you have 5 to 6 months to create this look, right, this vision for your collection, is your mom giving you feedback throughout the whole thing? Or who's giving you feedback?
No.
Because after 6 months...
So we create mood boards.
Okay.
So we literally in our office have my mood board where I keep punching on things that this is exactly the colors, this is how we are going to. And then as a team, we start working on the mood board. Our base is the mood board for the collection.
Okay.
Once you set with the mood board, that means you sort with the colors, you start with the figures, you sort with what exactly do you want to build in this season or for the next season. And that's when we start making traces. It's literally step 1, step 2, step 3, and then the garment is ready. And then once the garment is ready, you sometimes feel, oh no, literally go back to step 1 and change this.
Okay. So it's an iterative process where you're consistently getting some feedback, some form of feedback, you're tweaking it, and then you're going back to it.
Absolutely.
And so 5 to 6 months later, there's hopefully minimal work. Because it's difficult. I think once you create something and you're 6 months invested to make changes to it, because it's...
You don't make changes to the final garment.
Okay.
You are in between going back to the step 1.
Got it.
Like, maybe the colors are not, I want to change some colors. Then you go back and changing the colors. And then 6 months is then you start shooting the collection and you bring it out to public that, this is the campaign and this is good. But yeah, it's like literally giving birth to a new child. Like
That's what I was
literally
thinking.
every time it's like, okay, you're going to deliver now.
Yeah.
And how's the baby going to look?
and you want the baby to look great. And so that's where it's like that emotional attachment is like,
Exactly.
I think it's a difficult mental process to train your mind to say,
especially when the clients come back and they say, which is your favorite? All are.
Yeah.
You can't choose one.
yeah. I mean, maybe secretly you can, right?
Yeah.
I feel like some of our parents have favorite kids.
Yeah, they
but
do.
they shouldn't say it out
be
loud.
saying that,
but
no?
we kind of know.
That's exactly,
right?
yeah.
But yeah, thank you. Hopefully all your babies, we like them all. So.
Absolutely.
Next question.
Hello,
Hi.
my name is Shoma. I am the founder of an Indo-Western jewelry brand, so I'm really excited about this upcoming collection. I'm really excited to see Indo-Western from you. I feel like this is such a transformative time in South Asian fashion, and it's been evolving so quickly in the past few years. So from your perspective, I just wanted to know, where do you see South Asian fashion going in the next 5, 10 years?
I think we are the center stage to the world right now. Literally all eyes on us. That's what I would say. Everyone is looking at us, South Asian, specifically India. Literally, we're giving origin to so many concepts. We recently had some big shows, international shows that happened in the country. And there's so many other international brands who are getting their embroideries and their fabrics and their dyes, everything done in our country. And we as brands are making for so many international brands. We are going global as brands. I feel that India right now is literally the center stage, and it's spreading. And it's going to literally be a powerhouse of fashion all across the globe. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I hopefully, we were talking about this, it's not only just the fabrics, the colors, the dyes, but it's coming back to that narrative of, are they sharing our heritage with the broader community?
Yeah.
And I think that's the most empowering thing, is to see these gender fluid garments that you design, as well as we see in industry, that they speak to our culture, but everyone's wearing it.
Everyone's wearing it.
And so they're telling our story inorganically.
Absolutely. It's just happening.
Yeah. Wonderful. I think we have time for one last question, and then we'll wrap. Do you want to?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Laura. Actually, what I was going to ask about is related to what you just said. So I'm Colombian, so I'm like very intrigued in seeing your new collection that is more Western, because I'm probably not going to have an Indian wedding, even though that would be fantastic. So I'm just wondering how you feel about people from other cultures wearing things that are very like inspired in a foreign culture.
So we have a lot of clients from other cultures coming our way.
Yes.
And we are doing a lot of different weddings, different cultures, different brides, like not just South Asians or Indian brides. And we custom make for them. When we are here for a trunk show and we are doing a bridal appointment, it's not just that we are restricted to an Indian bride. We are doing it for all across. We have so many brides coming to us.
And you don't need to be a bride. Like, I love
like
to
she
wear his
said,
clothes.
for the wedding, so that's why I was like,
for the wedding, you're right. For the wedding, but
for the wedding. But it's been like all nationalities are coming and getting the stuff done, and they want to wear Indian stuff.
Yeah. I do want to, but it's more like sometimes people are kind of...
Don't worry, come to me. Now we're launching in 3 days.
Yes. And I think that brought up a good point, is this cultural appropriation thing, where sometimes people feel uncomfortable because they don't want someone to feel that they're using the clothing in the wrong light. But I think that fully accepting however you want to wear, whatever you want to wear, and how, like, where you want to be is okay.
It's just have fun.
Yeah. And that's what your brand speaks to.
Have fun.
And
life is too short to convince others. Just have fun. Enjoy whatever you're doing.
Yeah, I need this advice in my life every day. Have fun.
I'm going to message you every day. Have fun, Shilpa. Good morning. Have fun.
Have fun.
And, hey, Shilpa, having fun?
Yeah, have fun. No rules, Shilpa. No rules. Please do that.
I will.
Yeah, thank you. Muting those notifications now. Thank you so much. One thing I want to leave you with is, so we talked about love, we talked about have fun, we talked about no rules. Say in your life, we say you have infinite amount of money. You have all the money in the world, you could be anywhere you want, there's no rules. What would you be doing? Where would you be? What does that look like for you?
I'll be working for sure. I'll be designing, but I don't mind the money. I'll be holidaying, but I'll be controlling it. I might be just controlling on WhatsApps, on FaceTime, on Zoom, but I will be working and creating and spreading the colors and the love that I want to.
Yeah.
And having more and more queer parties,
Wonderful.
wild ones.
Yeah. And where would they be? All around the world?
All around the world, but we'll start from India. We have to break it.
Yeah. And what will you be wearing? What does this vision look like? No money. You could put Swarovski crystals, diamonds, Cartier, whatever you want, all over.
I don't mind diamonds. For sure. Some good rocks and Colombians, I don't mind.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. It's such an
Pleasure.
honor to have you.
Thank you. It's been such a good audience. And
And we're excited. Your latest collection, June 2nd, it's a partnership with Pride and Indus Google Network, so we're excited to debut that with you. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.